Welcome to Center Heights Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciate that. Thank you to my subscribers and followers. Share it with your family and friends, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. And also to those who come across the channel, please hit the subscription and the like before you leave, as we build an integral Habs channel here that focuses on facts as they fall and not on rumor land. And we also don't get you here by bringing clickbait. Alright, so let's get right to it. This was a review of last night's 5-2 victory for the Canadiens, finally stopping the bleeding. Thank God, this was huge. Muchly needed victory. And who best to get it against but the struggling Leafs as well. Although, they have the potency. Okay, let's give a quick update on your box score. First period, Montreal gets 2 goals, nothing for Toronto. 2 goals for Montreal in the second, one for Toronto, and one apiece in the third to end the score at 5-2. We had some very strong performances in this game. Noah Dobson and Josh Anderson really stood out for me in this game. Josh Anderson, I thought this was the best game he had of the season, to tell you the truth. And even Dobson for his play. Probably his best game with the Habs, too. Alright, so let's get the game stats. 29 shots to 26. Pretty close. Face-off percentile was 52.9 to 47.1 for the Leafs. Power play was 33.3 to 0 for the Leafs. And then Montreal's got to work on that. Penalty minutes, 35 apiece. Hits, 25 to 20 for Montreal. Block shots, 17 to 14 for Montreal. Giveaways, 17 apiece. Takeaways, 8 to 1 for Montreal. That was great to see. Final score, Montreal 5-2. And this was huge, huge, huge. So we can get to the scoring if it shows that in these. I'm trying to get that for you. Alright, so maybe it does not. No, it does not give you the goal scores. Well, we know that Larson had a goal for the Leafs. Nylander had a goal. So that was your goal scores for the Leafs. For the Canadiens, we had, like I said, I know there was 2 goals. We had 2 goals for Josh Anderson, and beautifully done. And I'm just cutting this short. I'm not going to a different breakdown the way I'm doing it. Mike Matheson had 2 assists, strong game for him. Hudson had a goal, big night for the defense, and 2 goals for Dobson. We got a huge night. Great game. Jack Harbor was +1. Dobson was a +1. Lane Hudson was a +1. Carrier was +2. Matheson +3. Great to see. Demidov +1. 2 assists. And +2 for Kapanen. And +1 for Foligno. +1 for Jake Evans. 1 assist. And Florian Jacky in his first NHL game debut gets an assist for a +1, and he had a great fight. And Slavkovsky had an assist for a +1. Strong game for Slav too, offensively. I love the moves that he's getting, showing confidence of breaking the defense and having the confidence to cut through them and taking more shots. That's good to see. Now I just want to see his physicality increase a bit more. That's the only thing I think he has to increase, is that physicality. He had a good, strong game, though. A good, solid game from the majority of the team. It had paid to have a better game from Belduc as well. And I think this was the answer. Bring up Florian, and they needed to add some type of injection to the lineup, and Florian was the answer. And boy, did he put the boots to, I can't remember what his name was. Let's see but he put a thumping on him. quite a thumping. And I'll figure his name out once I see it here. I think it was Mansell. Yes. No, it was Mermis. Mermis. And boy, did he put the boots to him. Great job. Harbour got into a bit of a scramble at the end of the game. Again, Harbour's just not looking very solid. His altercations. Good to see him hold back. And this is what Montreal needed, though. They needed somebody up front. They needed size. They needed an injection. Somebody hitting, playing physical, going to the net, and not that they weren't looking for scoring from him. They were looking for the physicality, and they got it. He played an exceptional game, and it also takes the pressure off his brother having to play that role because the defensemen are needed now. That was a great team effort in this one. Dovish gets the win. Good solid game by Dovish. Only 3 shots less than what was on the Leafs, but Montreal was possessed right from the moment the puck dropped. This was a team possessed, and you can see Marty had a good conversation with them that this had to end the way they were playing prior to with all the mistakes, and it seemed he'd do it. Didn't hurt that they had a team that was also struggling, like the Leafs, as good as they are in their own struggle. So we ran into a flat Leafs that helped, but good team effort, and that's what we need to possess the rest of the way through. I would not. I would keep Jack Eye up there in a heartbeat. Um, I thought I like Davidson's play. I just found less noticeable. Molino, I'm still not totally sold on. He's, there's sputters here and there, positive and negative, when it comes to him. So that's neither here nor there. Now, news of the day to add to this was Montreal signs after Alexander Texier was put on waivers. Montreal gets him for 1 year for $1 million. Nothing wrong with that. Get a good veteran winger, left winger. I think he's going to be good in the area of bringing some experience to the fourth line. He's a gritty style player. I think it's kind of a wise move. It's not going to hurt us. If it doesn't pan out, it's only a year. I just don't think it will hurt. I think he's going to have something to prove. And he turned down a bigger offer to come to Montreal. That's quite impressive. So that's a big positive. I think he's going to help. I would keep Florian up. I think we need that size and grit as well. I think if anything, you've got to weigh out whether it's Foligno that gets sent down or whatever you think between Davidson or Foligno. In my books, I think wise to have Waugh back in Laval. We also got the news today that Enstrom is getting a tryout for the Habs. He's going on the road trip, so you know he's going to get used. That's a good move. Since he's been exceptional in Laval over the weekend against the Sens farm team, he did quite well, and that's I think it's a positive. I think these 2 moves, these Texier and Enstrom coming on the road with them should be an interesting with that top 3-game road trip against Utah. I believe it's the Avalanche. I'm not sure who the third team was. I want to say. I know it was a tougher team anyway. Anywho, um, that road trip's going to be very difficult. There are 3 solid teams that they're going to be facing. Um, so it's going to be a difficult one, and I think with that being said, might be Vegas, I'm not sure, but anyway, those 3 teams are pretty solid teams that they're going to be facing. So it's going to be a big task at hand. I would give Dovish the start in Utah on Wednesday. I think he's earned it, and I think it's going to be an interesting road trip to see. It gives who's going to be the odd man out between Struble and Jacky, however that is, who knows. But I think Montreal's wise because Joshua Waugh to me is not cutting the bill for making this team just not enough. He's not proven that he's an NHLer yet. I think there's too much guys like him, and even Beck. I just don't think they're the answer. I think Beck could be an NHLer. I think Waugh. I think Beck more so. Um, but I think these guys are too much of one mold. There's too many guys that size, so I don't think these are the guys you bring up. I think with Texier now, a good move with losing Newhook and Doc. I think that was a wise move. Can't hurt anything, and I think I would keep Jacky there. He seems to be the right injection of size and physicality Montreal needs. So way to go, Habs, for beating the Leafs. Love seeing that. That was I didn't expect that victory, but at the same token, the Leafs were kind of struggling as well. So let's hope we can get another win in Utah and go from there. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. So that being said, go Habs go. You see it here at Center Ice Productions. My apologies, I've been under the weather. So anyway, go Habs go. You see it here at Center Ice Productions with Buck Drops first, and yeah, go. We'll be looking forward to seeing us play Utah, and we need that game because I think the road trip's going to get very tough for Montreal from here on in. So we better take advantage of what's coming next, right? So, okay, so let's go there. We're going to try this. Let's try this. I do believe it's Utah and Colorado. I wanted to know who the third team is. Okay. Let's see. Oh, come on. I really do a good job of this. Anyway, this is not panning out. I got a computer that's not up to snuff when it comes to size of print. Okay, here we go. Should have something. What is it? Okay, we are. So, Toronto, we got Utah, and I was right. It was Vegas on Friday and Colorado Saturday. So I was right with the three teams I mentioned. That's a tough schedule. So, going to be a big one for them because Colorado's flying high. And Vegas gets pretty solid, as we know, and Utah's nothing to snooze about either. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the likes as we try, and leave your comments. Tell me what you thought of the game. I was very proud of Jacky. Florian did quite a nice job of infusing some physicality. Played a nice game all the way around. And Josh Anderson, hats off. Best game he played all season. In my books, and Noah Dobson is starting to really come into his own. So good on them. And the team performed much better. Fortunate that they ran into a flat Leafs, but we'll take it. And let's see what happens from there. Catch you in the next one, and you've seen it here.